Hey everyone, Once Bitten here with another battle report. So this game actually happened almost 2 weeks ago. This is when Malorian was in town after the Brawler Bash tournament. This is on a Sunday night, probably at 12 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. We we went out to my garage to play a game because I just felt bad playing inside. The family's asleep, there's school the next day. So the pictures get better than this opening one. But basically, Malorian said he wanted to, he's thinking of starting High Elves soon, and so he wanted me to put together a High Elf list for him, and he put together an Empire list for me. And it was funny because I think there's a consensus between the two of us that the Empire list is much more powerful than this High Elf list. But at the same time, both lists kind of reflect different strategies towards list taking. So anyway, 2,000 point game. Yeah, this is really the first time we've been able to play each other face to face as opposed to Skype games. That was pretty cool. So overall, the board looks like that. And yeah, the pictures do get better. It's kind of cool though. It's like we're gonna just say it's a nighttime game, and yeah, this is just the moonlight, I guess. So different pictures. Let's see. I've got 2 units of Pistoliers on the right. There's a cannon in the tower. A unit of archers with a level 4 Lore of Shadow. No magic items except maybe a scroll. I think a scroll. Steam Tank, 3 Demigryph Knights, a unit of, they look like great swords, but actually they're swordsmen, with my Battle Standard Bearer, and again, he's got nothing special on him. Probably just like, if anything, maybe a 4-up armor. There's a Hyrcanum, there's 50 Halberdiers, and then 2 units, it looks like handgunners, but those are actually free company. And in with them, in the front row right-hand side, is a warrior priest. So somewhat typical of a Malorian build in that he goes really skimpy on neat little things for the characters. So they're virtually naked. They don't have a lot of power. But what I do have is a lot more models on the table, especially considering that High Elves is an elite army. So see, the High Elves have an eagle. I put all the core in Northern Seaguard. So there's a big unit of Northern Seaguard. The front row left-hand side, there are 2 characters. One's a Battle Standard Bearer. The other is a mage, level 4, Lore of Life. I think I gave the BSB the Armor of Calidor, so it's like a 2-up armor save. And the mage, I don't remember. I probably gave him a ward save or something. Anyway, there's a Lion Chariot, a unit of Swordmasters, a unit of White Lions, and another Eagle. So funky angles. And High Elves go first. He moves up, like you can see. Yeah, I think his big concern was, how does he deal with all those halberdiers, and how does he deal with a steam tank? He took his mage out of the Northern Seaguard unit. He could march 10, which was able to touch the Swordmasters, and then he pops through the other side of the Swordmasters and is in range to do Dwellers Below on the Halberdiers. Now that trick I told him that that's perfectly legal. That's not him trying to be sneaky. It's a flaw in the rules, but it is, I think, legitimate as far as I've been able to tell. So it's you can almost double your movement on a character. So anyway, his plan for the Halberdiers is get Dwellers Below off on him, and I don't think he has any idea how to deal with the steam tank. So here's this. I don't know what this picture is for. I wonder if one of those 2 units tried charging the Pistoliers and just failed. So anyway, we go to Empire turn 1. One thing I like about Pistoliers is you can actually move and shoot. So you can see I got 2 units of Pistoliers kind of circling the eagle that I thought was threatening my cannon. In hindsight, that was not his plan. What I don't like about it is their ballistic skill is so low that they start off hitting on 4s, but then once you get a multi-shot penalty and a movement penalty, they're hitting on 6s. So, it's great they can shoot, but they can't hit anything. Anyway, everything is as you can see it. Here on the left, yeah, he took an eagle up here, kind of blocking my halberdiers in, and I couldn't charge with the halberdiers, of course, because the free company's there. So I thought that was a good plan. I thought I'd go ahead and charge him because you never know what might happen in combat. Plus, I have a magic phase, and I might be able to get something off that would be helpful there. And over here, I think he wanted me to do some charging, and I didn't take the bait. I just want to shoot at him. I have my knights over here And I think I put him here to think, I'm going to send them against the Sea Guard. And then once the game started, I remembered having tried that before, and it really doesn't work because even though they're only strength 3, there's so many hits that enough go through that it would just be throwing my unit away. So I'm really just kind of hanging back with the Knights. And if I can, I want to swing them to the left away from the Sea Guard. I get to shoot a cannon at the Lion Chariot and destroys it. And over here during the magic phase, Lord of Shadows is just so versatile. So I was able to put Enfeebling Foe on the Eagle, so now he's really no threat at all. It was tough getting wounds through to him, but at least he wasn't wounding my unit. And so we broke him but couldn't run him down. And we got a High Elf turn 2. Yeah, so overall it looks like that. I want to say that the Sea Guard tried charging the rear of my Pistoliers, and I held because I really they were just kind of far away, and I felt that his odds were good enough that he wasn't going to get there, and he failed it, which was kind of nice. Instead of going after my cannon in the tower, the eagle that has 2 wounds on it from the pistolier shooting just flew behind my lines to, I assume, threaten my archers or something like that. Yeah, and here are all my guys sitting around. Hey, where'd the eagle go? And over here, the eagle didn't rally. And this was awkward because there's that piece of impassable terrain that he could just kind of fly over. But normally I would want to charge the eagle on my turn to try to push him off the board, but I can't because it's not a legal charge because there's no way I could complete it. So I thought that was interesting. Let's see. Otherwise, you can see my demigryphs went into the swordmasters. That's just almost suicide. But I am all of a sudden a fan of Enfeebling Foe, and so my hope is I can get Enfeebling Foe off on him. And if nothing else, if those demigryphs, if I can just whittle down those swordmasters so that my other units can handle them, I'd be very happy with that. I wouldn't mind taking my pistoliers shooting at them, but again, they're hitting on 6s with everything. I just don't have any confidence in it. I tried to take the steam tank into the White Lions, but that didn't work. And I want you to notice 2 wound markers on my demigryph knights because I crossed that fence and took 2 wounds from dangerous terrain. Yeah, so there's that. And here's that. There's a lot of traitor greatswords in that unit, but yeah. And over here, I really don't know about these pistoliers. I'm really just trying to hem in the Northern Sea Guard. The one thing that the Sea Guard bring to the table that they haven't been able to do this game is they bring bodies. They just bring a mass that is actually pretty tough to deal with. I think if he could get this mass with my halberdiers, we'd probably just kill each other. But he just does so many hits with those guys. But as it is, they're kind of tucked away in a corner. They can't really get anywhere. I'm dinking at him with my pistoliers, and then if he charges, I'm just going to flee. I'm trying to keep these guys just away from the action because his elite troops, I can take care of them just by throwing enough bodies at them. But this unit, if it was up there with them, would be causing me problems. So I take my wizard out of the archers just so the eagle can't charge him. If the eagle wants to charge the archers, he's welcome to. I'm going to shoot at him and hopefully take that last wound off. And over here, yeah, I get Enfeebling Foe off, which was very, very nice. And the Swordmasters didn't do any wounds to my demigryphs. So High Elves turn 3. This is I don't think I took pictures until after combat. So after combat, I didn't realize that Enfeebling Foe remains in place. So he dispelled it in his turn and got Flesh of Stone off on his guys. So now I didn't really do any wounds to him. And he took 3 wounds off my demigryphs, and I stuck. So I felt that I got very, very lucky right there. White Lions come into my steam tank. I really don't think I've taken any wounds yet, which is just, it's rough. I mean, if you have a unit in the High Elf Army book that's going to take care of the steam tank, it's the White Lions. But I've played him against him before, and even though he gets a ton of hits, he's wounding on 4s. You get a certain amount of those through, but then I'm saving on 4s, and it just seems that time after time, the steam tank can hold them up for multiple rounds of combat. So Empire turn 3. Yeah, the Halberdiers come into the flank of the White Lions, and I'm going to get to grind on the White Lions with the steam tank. So that unit, I think, is taken care of. I don't think I'll kill them this turn, but very shortly they'll be taken care of. The Swordmasters, if I can get Enfeebling Foe off, I have a chance. Otherwise, It's funny. I brought my knights over because I don't want them with the sea guard, but I'm not sure I want the knights against the sword masters either. But what you gonna do? If the sword masters take care of my demigryph knights, they'll be able to charge my inner circle knights, and I'll be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, this is certainly one part of the combat that I'm very confident will go my way. You see the handgunners at the bottom, they're free company. They are just really in my way, but I'm trying to get them out of the way, but I can't move them any more than I did. So there's a problem I'm having with them. And look at that. Yeah, after combat, I mean, it's just rough. Especially the grinding attacks of the tank, all those re-rolling to hit. And if you look at the frenzy marker behind the halberdiers, that means they're re-rolling to wound. Yeah, they just went to town on the white lions. And over here, you see both units are somewhat depleted. I'm surprised I did the wounds I did on the sword masters, considering they had flesh to stone up. At the same time, I'm surprised he did the wounds he did on me, considering I had enfeebling foe on him, and he was only strength 2. But whatever, that was going to happen eventually with him anyway. So just another look. Oh, so this is not Empire 3. This is actually High Elf turn 4. His Northern Sea Guard, I think they charged one unit of Pistoliers and I fled, and he charged my Inner Circle Knights, and I just fled. One, because if he made the charge, he was going to win that easily, and two, I don't want him near the action, and by fleeing, I risk some panic tests, but I've got leadership and a reroll, and it just kind of keeps him away from the action. So on High Elf turn 4, he finally takes care of the last of my Inner Circle Knights. So it cost me the unit of Knights, and I took that Swordmasters down about in half. And I think he wins the trade-off in points, but I can't really complain. It's just, I mean, that's the problem with an elite army is, man, they can do damage, but they just don't have the wounds there. And I think he got regrowth, but he's not, his magic phases just aren't coming together for him. And over here, yeah, the white lions, they're stubborn and they stick, but yeah, they're not going to be long for the fight. Empire turn 4. Let's see the knights rally. Holding back with the swordsman. Everything is as you can see it. It looks like I forgot to move the free company because they're still just sitting there, which is just a real hassle. Yeah, I think I killed these white lions just during the grinding. And steam tank can't reform, but my halberdiers do. And the halberdiers I'd love to take into the swordmasters or his Northern Sea Guard. I mean, I think I'm good with either of those fights now. So High Elf turn 5. I forgot what happened here, but he basically charged his Battle Standard Bearer out of the Northern Sea Guard at something. I think at the steam tank. I think he was trying to hold up the steam tank and failed the charge. His swordmasters, I'm assuming, tried to charge the swordsmen and failed their charge. That's why they're at. That's why they are where they're at. Yeah, somebody. I assume the swordmasters charged his free company, and they just ran. And otherwise, it looks like that. Now, Sea Guard, they're reforming and shooting at my Pistoliers, and you notice my Pistoliers, for the most part. I mean, I lost one unit, either from shooting or something. I think actually he shot him last turn. And for the most part, even his shooting isn't that effective. This is the old Maiden Guard model that I converted to a Battle Standard Bearer back when I first started playing. This is actually somewhat sad for me. I've just shipped off this army, so I no longer own them. And the model that I used to be so proud of is gone. It's a kind of a bad picture. It actually looks better than that picture shows. So Empire turn 5. So I wanted to take the steam tank and just cram it into the swordmasters, and I couldn't because it couldn't make the wheel. By the way, if you notice my pistoliers are gone, he was able to shoot them. Yeah, there's that. I can't come within an inch of a unit, and I'm already at an inch, so I can't wheel, I can't do anything. So the steam tank's just sitting there. One thing I am going to do is lay down a flame template on the swordmasters at strength 4, and I'm hoping that can take care of a lot of them. I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure why the halberdiers didn't charge. There had to be a good reason for it. So after the templates, the flame template, I killed a couple. Not nearly as much as I thought I would. High Elf turn 6. He charges around the steam tank and is able to clip the Hurricanum. Yeah, there's that. I wonder if my Halberdiers tried charging the Northern Sea Guard. I wonder if I was thinking I can handle the Swordmasters with what I have, and I wanted to go for broke and try to table them, and they just failed their charge. I think that's must be what happened. So here's the Swordmasters just clipping the Hurricanum. After combat, it looks like that. Yeah. So on my turn, yeah, I mean he was gonna have a charge. He's hoping to get a wound, and I think he's just hoping to beat the unit and then overrun to the swordsman. It really wouldn't matter either way because on my turn, the steam tank can finally move. It comes plowing into their rear. Take my swordsman in the front just so I can run him down in case the Hurricanum dies. And yeah, kill them all but two. Easily win combat. They break. The steam tank doesn't run him down, but he's the one who really won the combat for him, and that's with Flesh Stone up. They just didn't. They didn't care. So the game ends. It looks like that. I mean, victory to the Empire. I really didn't lose a whole lot. I lost a couple units of Pistoliers, and I think that's it. I think he has an Eagle left as well as his Battle Standard Bearer and his Northern Sea Guard. So, yeah, I mean, interesting game. I think yeah, I think the Empire list was just stronger than the High Elf list, and so maybe I've thought a lot about this. Like, am I just building lists that don't utilize the strengths of armies? Um, I don't know. I don't know. It was a shame. We almost should have turned this around, let him play Empire, and see how that would have worked. But regardless, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it.